Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me and looking at some more MTG cards. Now, let's have a look at the Brothers War. I have not paid attention to this much at all. A lot of people have said there's some cool stuff in there. I will admit, I had trouble keeping up with Magic, especially the newer stuff, so I didn't really focus too much on it. But there's some pretty interesting things in here, so let's have a look. I will go through each card. I will kind of mention how they work. I don't know if I need to read them out. But more importantly, I'll say if they're good or bad, and for the uncommon, common, rare, and mythic, how well they will actually do price-wise. No guarantees. So first one, Meticulous Excavation. Okay, it's an enchantment. 1 white for enchantment. Pay 2 colorless, 1 white. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. If it has unearthed. Instead exile it, then return that card to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. Okay. So it doesn't say where you can get the card from, so this one lets you bring cards that have unearthed from the graveyard. Pretty cool for 3 mana. I think it has some uses in certain places, like a bounce deck. Or an unearthed deck. I don't know how many of those are around, but Combat Courier, 1 colorless for a 1/1 artifact creature construct. Looks like a Mia. Why didn't they make it a Mia? Oh look, it's got unearthed, 1 blue. Pay 2, sacrifice it, and draw a card. Yeah, sure. Weakstone Subjugation, 1 blue for a enchantment aura. Enchant artifact or creature. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, tap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Oh, right, okay. So when you put this on a tapped creature, it doesn't untap during the controller's untap step. But then you can also force it. If it had flash, that would make it so much better. Coilios Rock, 4 colorless, 1 blue for a 3/3 flash flying. When it enters the battlefield, create a tapped power stone. Actually pretty good. It comes in and gets itself a 2 mana rock. So altogether you're paying 5 mana for a 2 mana rock and a flash flying 3/3 bird that can be played at the end of an opponent's turn, giving you an untapped power stone. It can only be cast non-artifact spells. No, sorry, it can only be used to cast artifact spells, but that's still really good in this set. Shoot down, 3 colorless, 1 green for sorcery, exile target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Cost too much. Parameter Patrol, 2 colorless, 1 green for 3/3. Okay, on curve, Human Soldier. When an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, +1/+0 until end of turn. Yeah, sure, you can use that at instant speed and do some shenanigans with it, I'm sure. Blanchwood Prowler, 1 colorless, 1 green for a 1/1 elemental with a wall of text. Blanchwood Prowler enters the battlefield. Mill 3 cards. You may put a land from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on the Prowler. Okay, sure. It lets you dig and puts things in the graveyard. I'm sure it has its uses. Unleash Shell, 3 colorless, 2 red for an instant. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker and 2 damage to that permanent's controller instant. Not bad. It's instant. Excavation Explosion, 2 colors, 1 red for a sorcery. Deal 3 damage to any target. Create a tapped Power Stone token. Once again, it's not instant. Ugh. It's okay. Instant to create a Power Stone at the end of someone's turn and at the same time destroying something. Oh, so good. Scrapwork Mutt, 2 colors for a 2/1 dog. That doesn't look like a dog. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Really good. Unearth, 1 colorless, 1 red. Pretty good too. Whirling Strike, 1 colorless, 1 red. For an instant, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. That is a powerful combat trick. Scrap Work Rager, 4 colors for a 2/2 Phyrexian Horror. When you enter the battlefield, you may pay you may draw a card and lose 1 life. That's it. 4 mana for a 2/2, and then draw a card, lose 1 life. Unearth, 3 colorless, 1 black. Dredging Claw. Okay, that Unearth card is starting to look way better now because there's plenty of the options in this deck. In this set. Dredging Claw, 2 colorless for an equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, and has menace. Yeah, sure. When a creature enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may attach Dredging Claw to it. Pretty cool. And it itself has Unearth, 1 colorless, 1 black. Gixen Skull Flayer, 2 colorless, 1 black for a 2/3 Phyrexian Human Assassin. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Grixen. Really, really good in graveyard decks. This thing can just get out of hand in the right decks. Like, you can proliferate it, yeah, sure, but every turn it just gets bigger and bigger, and on turn 3, if you play it, it just starts getting out of hand. There's stronger ones, but this is not bad. It's a passive ability as well. Too bad it has no other text. Thraxodemon, 1 colorless, 1 black for a 2/2 demon. Cheap demon, 3 colorless, tap. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, draw a card. Yeah, it's fine. 2 mana for a 2/2 bear demon bear. Ravenous Gigamore, 3 colorless, 1 black, 2/3 Maul Horror. So I was looking at that face. It's just got that pink nose and like a crocodile body. It's just, God, that's creepy. When a Ravenous Gigamore enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put a creature card from among the milled cards this way into your hand. If you don't, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Okay, sure. Killzone Acrobat. This feels like something out of that other set. But it is not. It is Brothers War. Okay. 2 colorless, 1 black. 3/2 for a human soldier. When it enters the battle, when it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, it gains flying until end of turn. Geology Enthusiast. 3 colorless, 2 blue for a 2/5 human artificer and that's a rare. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped Power Stone token. Pretty powerful. Immediately creates 1 at the end of your turn. Pay 6, draw a card, and put a +1/+1 counter on Geology Enthusiast. So this 6, that can't come from the Power Stone, can it? So it's not like she's helping speed up that process. But 6 mana, something to sink your mana into, infinite mana, yeah, sure, draw a card. Woodcaller Automaton. 10 colorless for an 8/8. When it enters the battlefield and if you cast it, untap target land you control, it becomes a tree folk creature with haste and base power and toughness equal to Woodcaller Automation's power and toughness. It is still a land, but it does not have trample. No, it does not. But you can do a prototype, which is a cheaper version of it, for 2 colorless and 2 green, and it's a 3/3, and then you make another 3/3. So for 4 mana, you can get 6 power. For 10 mana, you can get 16 power. Yeah, sure. I haven't figured out this set yet. Artificer's Dragon, 6 colorless for a 4/4 dragon with flying, and 1 red. It's got, what's that thing? Flame? Fireball? I forgot. Artifact creature okay, no, I take that back. This is way better. All right, 1 red. Artifact creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Yeah, much better. Unearth, 3 colorless and 2 red. Terra Ballista, 7 colorless for a 5/3 construct menace. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Pretty good. Unearth, 3 colorless, 2 black. Legions to Ashes, 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 white for a sorcery. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. Sure, yeah, that might come in pretty useful. The Archimedrite. Okay, 2 colorless, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white for a 0/5 human advisor. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand -4. Okay, sure. So max hand 3, but obviously you can draw your entire library and gain a ton, I guess. Whenever you gain life, each advisor, artificer, and monk you control gains vigilance and gets +X +0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain. Sure. Tap 3 untapped advisors, artificers, and or monks. Draw a card. Okay, monks are going to take off. To the moon, monks. Staff of Titania, 2 colorless for artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of forests you control. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 for green forest dryad land creature token. Equip 3. Oh boy, that means that they can tap for mana. And they count as lands. So this gets bigger and bigger. Is this, oh my god, is this better than the other one that comes in and gives +X based on the amount of lands you have? Then again, this is specifically forest, so it's a bit different. Titania, Nature's Force, 4 colorless, 2 green for a 6/6 elemental. You may play forest from your graveyard. Show. Whenever forest enters the battlefield under your control, create a 5/3 green elemental creature token. Okay, whenever elemental creature you control dies, you mill 3 cards. That is a all-in-one commander right there. Rescue Retriever, 3 colorless, 2 white for a dog soldier. God, he looks like a loose cannon. It's got flash, so 5 mana for a 3/3 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each soldier you control, so soldier themed. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to other attacking soldiers you control. Oh my god, that is insanely powerful. Good dog. Sardinian Avenger, 1 colorless, 1, oh good boy. 1 colorless, 1 red for a 1/1 Goblin Warrior. Okay, it's got first strike and trample, not very impressive. When it attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end turn, where X is the number of artifacts your opponent controls. Yeah, if they're playing an artifact deck, you whip this guy up. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to that player. Okay, that's powerful, especially if you can give them artifacts. That'd be hilarious. Aeronaut Cavalier, 4 colorless, 1 white for a 3/4 flying human soldier. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on another target soldier you control. Yeah. Veterans Power Blade, 3 colorless for an equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equipped soldier is 1 colorless. 1 white, and equipped normal is 2 colorless. Discipline of Callius Nin, 4 colorless, 1 white for a 3/4 human wizard. When Discipline of Callius Nin enters the battlefield starting with you, each player chooses up to 5 permanents they control. All permanents other than the discipline that were not chosen this way phase out. Permanents can't phase in. What? Wait, what? Is she a board wipe? Okay. Someone explain to me how that card works, because if they can't phase back in, is that only until she's on the field? Otherwise, they go away and you have to do it as well. It's a kind of symmetrical, painful ability. Well, Warlord's Elite, 2 colorless, 1 white for a 4/4 human soldier. Pretty decent. As an additional cost to cast this spell, tap 2 untapped artifact creatures and all lands you control. Okay, there you go. So got Convoke. Phalanx Vanguard, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/2 human soldier with vigilance. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It doesn't say once per turn, so you can kind of make this guy into a 50 power and 2 toughness guy. Recommission, 1 colorless, 1 white for a sorcery. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. This is really good. Literally, you can bring back a 3/3 and make it into a 4/4 for 2 mana as long as you have a way to get into the graveyard. That's the hard part. Okay, Airlift's Chaplain. Human Cleric with flying. When it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. So these kinds of cards help that kind of thing. You may put a Plains card or creature card with mana value 3 or less from among the mill cards this way into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on Airlift. Sure, this feels pretty powerful. This is going to take me a lot longer than I expected. I'm going to lose my voice. So let us go to the big hitters, and I will open up some of these big hitters that are hidden away. Okay, so we have a Rootwire Amalgam. 5 colorless for a 5/5. Pay 3 and 2 green. Sacrifice it. create X colorless golem artifact creature tokens where X is 3 times root and Y's amalgam's power. It gains haste until end of turn. Wait, so you get 15/15. So you pay 5 and then you pay another 5 and then you get a 15/15 that has haste. Or you pay 2 and then you pay 5 and then you get a 4/6. That doesn't seem that impressive. Might need some help on that one because it's got to be something a bit more powerful than that. All right, Cityscape Leveler. 8 mana for an 8/8 construct. Trample. When you cast a spell and whenever Cityscape Reveler attacks, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tapped Power Stone token. Unearth 8? Jeez, that's expensive. Blade Coil Serpent. Pay X and 6 for a 5/4 Serpent. When it enters the battlefield, for each 2 blue spent on it, draw a card. For 2 black spent on it, each opponent discards a card. For 2 red spent on it, gets +1/+0 and gains trample and haste until end of turn. That is really weird, but sure. Myral Shield of Argive. 3 colorless, 1 white for a 3/4 human soldier. During your turn, an opponent cannot cast spells or activate abilities of artifact creatures or enchantments. Whenever Myral attacks, create X 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens where X is the number of soldiers you control. Damn, that's powerful. Yeah, you can really get out of hand with that one. Actually, this Sky Strike Officer looks pretty powerful as well. 2 colorless, 1 blue for a 2/3 human soldier with flying. When it attacks, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. Tap 3 untapped soldiers you control. Draw a card. That is insane. That's a 1-man army. Okay, moving on to the next of the mythics. At some point I'm going to have to hit some. Okay, there you go. Draconic Destiny. 1 colorless, 2 red for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying and haste and pay 1. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a dragon in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, return Draconic Destiny to its owner's hand. Hey, look, they fixed enchantments. Return it back to its owner's hand. Yes, that makes enchantments far more powerful. Awaken the Woods. Pay X and 2 green for a sorcery. Create X 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. Oh my god, for 5 mana you get 3 bodies. Each one of those bodies can make mana. Okay, sure, and they're land, so they might be pretty hard to destroy as well. Okay, interesting. Platoon Dispenser. 5 colors for a 4/6 construct. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more other creatures, draw a card. That's pretty straightforward. It says others, but yeah, still. And then the next part. 3 colors, 1 white. Create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. And unearth 2 colors and 2 white. Very, very powerful. And let's see some of the stuff I've opened up. That one's boring. I mean, probably not actually, but what is this guy's name? I don't know. It's got trample. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. Is that really powerful enough to make that a mythic? I don't know if it is. Sure. Okay. Moving on, we have Root Path Purifier. 3 colors, 1 green for a 3/4 elf druid. Lands you control and land cards in your library are basics. Oh boy, that makes a lot of lands very easy to get. Too easy to get, maybe. 1 with the multiverse. 6 colors, 1 blue, 2 blue. Who is that? 6 colors, 2 blue. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Damn, that's a combination of 2 different cards, isn't it? That feels pretty powerful to me. Okay, continuing on. I should have opened up all the mythics. I didn't realize that this was this many spoilers. I'm going to do this another time with maybe someone else joining me because there's a lot to read out. I understand why sometimes when they go through these reviews, they have 2 people. Portal of Phyrexia. 9 colorless for an artifact. When Portal of Phyrexia enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. Nah, 9 mana. Nah. I mean, yeah, okay, for 9 mana, it does do 3 spells worth of damage. Each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. That could make a really big impact because it's a sacrifice effect. At the beginning of your upkeep, so it has to go all the way around. You get to then bring something back. Yeah, sure. Saheeli is here. Saheeli, Filigree Master, 2 colors, 1 blue, 1 red for a 3/3. For a 3 counter planeswalker. Sure. +1, scry 1. You may tap an untapped artifact you control. If you do, draw a card. Okay. -2, create 2/1/1 colorless Doctor artifact creature tokens with flying that gain haste until end turn. Nice, good protection. -4, you get an emblem with artifact creatures you control get +1/+1, and artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Ugh, that's very easy to get to. That's very, and you can't get rid of that emblem. So if you get to turn 5 and the emblem's out, yeah, you're going to have some pressure. Urza Silix. 3 colors for a legendary artifact, 2 colorless, 2 white for, and tap, exile the Silix. Each player chooses 6 lands they control, destroy all other permanents. Activate only as a sorcery. Ugh. When it is put into exile from the battlefield, you may pay 2 colors. If you do, search your library for a planeswalker card, reveal or put into your hand, and then shuffle. Nice. For 7 mana, it's also a dig for your best planeswalker card. Not bad. Arcane Proxy, 7 colors for a 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value less than or equal to Arcane Proxy's power from your graveyard. Copy that card. You may cast a copy without paying its mana cost. It's very powerful, but it's not Snapcaster Mage. It hasn't got flash. And you can prototype it for 2 blue, 1 colorless, and it's a 2/1. But once again, as far as I'm not missing something, it has not got flash, which does not make it as good as Snapcaster Mage. Clay Champion, pay X and 4 for a 2/2 construct. When it enters the battlefield, with 3+1/+1 counters on it for each 2 green cast to spent to cast it. Why am I talking like that guy from Robin Hood Men in Tights? I'm saying the sentences backwards. When Clay Champion enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 other target creatures you control for each 2 white spent to cast. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of them. Sure, it can be a big creature, but it hasn't got trample or anything like that. But it can be a big creature. Sure, I prefer trample on things. Skitterbeam Battalion, 9 colors for a 4/4, trample haste. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. 9 mana for a 12/12 with trample and haste. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, it's a bit less. It's a bit worse than that, but it's still pretty decent. Prototype is 3 colorless and 2 red for a 2/2 with trample and haste. If you cast it, then it's a 6/6 with trample and haste for 5 mana. But once again, it's not as good. It's not as good because it's better if they were just 1 creature. You can get through more. You can actually take something off the field. You're just hoping to sneak in damage or pump them at that point. In the Trenches, 1 colorless, 2 white for enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Pay 5 colorless, 1 white. Exile target non-land permanent you don't control until the trench leaves the battlefield. Too expensive. Why is that mythic? Okay, someone explain to me why that's mythic, because there's got to be a reason. Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, 3 colorless, 2 blue for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. It's got 0, draw a card. Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on Teferi. Okay, so that's a +1, really. -2, create a 2/2 blue spirit token with vigilance. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Damn, that can get out of hand pretty fast. Right, he is 5. I guess I'll give him that. It's 5. 5 is hard. He doesn't, even Doubling Season doesn't get him to his ultimate. -12, target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to its owner's hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent they control into its owner's library. Wait, isn't that just game? They choose one permanent and return to their owner's hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent they control into its library. They don't draw cards. They don't do anything. They get one card back. That's a game loss right there. That's a stupid way to say that. Gix, Yawgmoth's Praetors. 1 colorless, 2 black for a 3/3 Phyrexian Praetor. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, draw a card. Okay, cool. It's kind of like a group hug. I wouldn't want to hug that guy, but it's like a group hug idea. Pay 4 and 3 colorless. Discard X cards. Exile the top X cards of your library. Oh, no, sorry. Exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play lands and cast spells from among the cards exiled this way without paying the mana cost. Oh my god, that's gross. I don't think my friends are going to like that one. Okay. What is this? Is there a backside to this card? There is. Okay. Titania, Voice of Gaia. I thought we just did Titania. Okay. 1 colorless, 2 green for a 3/4 elemental with reach. Whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. Yeah, sure. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard, and you both own and control Titania, Voice of Gaia, and land called Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. Exile them and meld them into Titania, Gaia's Incarnate. Oh boy. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Yeah, let's find out what the other half of this card does, because Okay, so Gaia's Incarnate is Vigilance, Reach, Trample, and Haste. Its power and toughness... Oh, it's got Vigilance, yeah, that's powerful. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When Titania enters the battlefield, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Pay 3, 1 green, put 4+1/+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste to destroy land. Yeah, that's a game-winning card. That's pretty powerful. Phyrexian Fleshgorger, 7 colorless for a 7/5 menace lifelink. Ooh, lifelink. Ward, pay life equal to Phyrexian Gorger's power, and you can prototype it for 2 black and 1 colorless. Very powerful card, actually. That is pretty powerful. Oh, yeah, you got for Mishra, Lost to Phyrexia. 9/9 when there's no... Oh, okay, so this must be another meld from somewhere. Probably from this guy. Yeah, he turns into 9/9. I'll get to him soon. Okay, when Mishra, Lost to Phyrexia, enters the battlefield or attacks, choose 3. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Gross. Mishra deals 3 damage to any target. Yeah. Destroy target artifact or planeswalker. Ooh, planeswalker. That's pretty powerful. Creatures you control gain menace and trample until end of turn. Pretty powerful. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 until end of turn. And create 2 tapped Power Stone tokens. Very powerful. At least 2 of those are game-breakingly powerful. Mishra, claimed by Gix. 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 black, 1 red for a 3/5. 4 mana for a 3/5. Not bad. Whenever you attack with Mishra, whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Aha. If Mishra, claimed by Gix, and a creature named Phyrexian Dragon Engine are attacking and you own... Oh god, the way that they say that is just so hard. You both own and control them, exile them and meld them into Mishra, Lost to Phyrexia. Enter the battlefield tapped and attacking. Whew. Powerful. 3 colorless for a Phyrexian Dragon Engine. 2/2. Dragon. It's got double strike. Okay, 3 mana, 2/2 with double strike. And when it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. Pretty powerful. And unearth 3 colors, 2 red. Pretty powerful. Let's move on to Urza now. So Urza, 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue for a 2/4 human artificer. Artifacts, instants, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Yeah, okay. Pay 7. If you both own and control Urza, Lord Protector, and an artifact named the Mightstone and Weakstone, exile them and meld them into Urza Planeswalker. Okay. The Mightstone and Weakstone, 5 colorless for a Power Stone. When Mightstone and Weakstone enters the battlefield, choose 1. Draw 2 cards, probably the best ability. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Actually, that's good as well. And it taps for 2 colorless that can only be spent to cast artifact spells. Urza Planeswalker. Urza. Once during each of your turns, you may activate an additional loyalty ability of Urza. +2, artifacts, instants, and sorcery you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast, you gain 2 life. +1, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Very powerful. 0, create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. It's a 7 mana loyalty, by the way. -3, exile target non-land permanent. -10, artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. Yeah, pretty powerful actually. Surge Engine, 2 colorless 3/2 construct with Defender. Pay 1 blues. Surge Engine loses Defender and gains this creature cannot be blocked. Oh, 3 mana for a 3/2 that cannot be blocked is very painful as a beatdown. 2 colorless 1 blue. Surge Engine becomes blue and has the base power and toughness 5/4. Activate only if Surge Engine doesn't have Defender. 4 colorless and 2 blue. Draw 3 cards. Activate only if Surge Engine is blue and only once. So yeah, pretty decent, but there's some interesting things going on there. Anyways, some cool looking lands. We'll see how that one goes. Okay, that was longer than I expected. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to post this and see what you guys think. Let me know what happens. What cards you think are good and which ones you think are broken. Thanks for watching and see you next time.